Hi everyone, this is Jason, and welcome back to the show. Today, my guest is Adrian Triplett. Adrian is co-founder of Lunch Money. Lunch Money is a website that allows you to upload reviews of restaurants that you visit and earn ERC20 tokens in return. The difference between Lunch Money and other websites is that a receipt is required as proof of visiting the restaurant. For more information on Lunch Money, please go to lunchmoney.io. And before we begin, please like, share, and subscribe. And our conversation starts right now. Adrian, welcome to the show.
How you doing? Thanks for having me.
I believe we first met at Los Angeles Blockchain Week at CIS, right?
Yes.
And I was very impressed by what you were proposing with Lunch Money. We right now the food services review and is pretty much dominated by Yelp, right?
Right.
And if
Right.
someone wants to review a restaurant, that's primarily where they go. I mean, there are other websites, but Yelp is pretty much where it's at. So Lunch Money is the idea behind Lunch Money is to be that, but on the blockchain. Am I getting that right?
Yeah. Yeah. You're correct. You're correct. You're correct. More so of we're going to validate people that actually provide feedback for their experience. So instead of this just putting up a review and then that's just reviews up, we're going to make sure that the review is validated by the actual people behind the project. And it just makes it easier. It makes it better. It makes it more efficient, more transparent. Instead of just having just I mean, anybody can do a review on a bike, a review on anything, but where how can you validate that review? So we want to validate that by you actually going to the restaurants,
Hmm.
you actually providing a receipt of your transaction of that day at the restaurant, so that way we can actually know that you were attending the restaurant.
Right.
So it makes it easy. Makes it easy.
Well, and what I like about that is, we hear about people putting up fake reviews, right? People do fake
Right.
reviews all the time. They do fake reviews on products, on movies, etc. So what you're making them do is you're making them prove that they were. It's proof, right? You
Exactly.
just can't come
Exactly.
in here and put a bunch of negative stuff on here
Right.
without proving that you were doing it,
It's
that
it's
you
it's
did.
it's kind of like how Bitcoin has this proof of work or proof of stake. Ours is like a proof of visit.
Exactly.
You know,
Prove
you
a
gotta
visit.
make
There you
sure
go. Prove a visit.
you gotta make sure that you visit our restaurant before you get those tokens.
Nice, nice, nice. So
So,
let me ask you, how did you first get into cryptocurrency? What was it that you said this is interesting? Let me learn more.
um, it was around 2012 actually, and it was a family member of mine who introduced me to a game called Second Life.
Hmm.
And on Second Life, it had virtual currency. So I didn't know anything about virtual currency, what it was, nothing. So it sparked my interest of what is this virtual currency thing. And as I'm doing research on virtual currency, Bitcoin popped up, and I read the white paper. I saw what it was doing. I said, "Oh, this is crazy." And from there, I was actually just getting doing faucets.
Hmm.
I was hopping on a site called Land of Satoshi back in the day, and I was doing faucets every day, every hour. I was just doing a faucet. So I think I was one of the first people that had a Coinbase account at that time, because I was sending faucet little pieces of Bitcoin to my Coinbase account back in
Yeah.
2012, 2013,
Right.
and I can see the future of it. I just didn't know where it's going to go, but I was like, this is going to be something.
Mm.
Um, at the time, I was doing music. I'm actually a hip hop artist. Go by the name of Bad News.
Hmm.
So, I was doing that prior to doing crypto, so I was kind of focused on that more before I jumped into crypto. But as I started seeing it grow and watching CNBC and watching them talk about it and hate on it and then not hate on it, and I said this is going to be super big. I already know I can see it. So I said I need to get my foot in the door in something and figure out how can I really get involved in crypto. And I said I got to figure out a way to build my own project. The best way
Right.
to do it.
Yeah. Well, and it's the interesting thing about crypto is there's two sides. There's the
Mhm.
crypto aspect, and then there's the blockchain asset. Um,
Exactly.
aspect. Your project Lunch Money doesn't actually need to be, there the token part and the blockchain part, the what people are actually doing is on the blockchain
Mhm.
part, and
Mhm.
then you're giving them the benefit on the crypto part,
Exactly.
right? But
Exactly.
the
You
project in
said
and
it
of
exactly.
itself doesn't need to be, you don't have to sell it as a crypto,
No. No. It can be just a regular company.
right,
It just
yeah.
it has it
Well, and
has
it's funny that I'm starting to speak with more developers, and a lot of people are actually moving that way, where
Mhm.
their project, um it's blockchain based, but it's not advertised as blockchain based. It's just another project, it's just another app, you
Right. Right.
and
Exactly.
that's one thing I like about what you were explaining to me before is, we talked about it for a good 5-10 minutes before you actually brought up the token,
Mhm. Mhm.
and
Exactly.
right, that's where
Exactly.
that's where this needs to go. It needs
Yes.
to
Yes.
be, it needs to be at a point where you can use it the same way you use any other app, and then
Right.
one day someone says, "Oh, that's blockchain, right?" And
Yeah.
right,
They're like, "Oh, wow."
that's what, right,
Wow. I didn't know.
that's where this needs to go. You know,
Exactly. Exactly.
I wonder though, from your experience,
Mhm.
have you seen any pushback or any hurdles that you've had to deal with rolling out this project? Anything stick out as like a
Um,
issue?
yeah, I mean, really not issue as far as it was a struggle as far as me being our team is small. I have a really a two-man team, and from us doing everything out of pocket,
Mm-hmm.
we had an ICO that we tried to run, and when we ran it, we were unsuccessful. We didn't have the marketing, we didn't have the money to really build the ICO like the other successful companies projects. And so we just said we're going to do it and keep going. We're going to build it out of our own pocket. So that's most of our struggle is the hurdle of the money process, having the funding to really build the project out how we want to scale it out.
Hmm.
Um, there's a lot of exchanges that have been contacting us that really want to put us on. A lot of partnerships that want to really want to act with us, but it's just the fact of the money. You know what
Right.
I mean? So
Yeah.
right now it's a form of getting funded, figuring out a way where we can get some investors to look at what we're doing in the project.
Mm.
Um, I feel that the most of the hurdles that we have had was people kind of doubting the project, kind of thinking that it wasn't real, or it's a scam, like most of the projects are. It's always a scam. Um, so when they actually see the rollout and they saw the actual DApp it's moving and people are actually doing feedbacks and reviews are actually happening and so they're being back and forth, they can see that it's actually real and we're here to stay.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, I don't like the reason why I don't like throwing around the word scam the way some people do, especially online. Twitter is bad for
Yeah.
that.
Oh man, they love that.
It's sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Right.
Not everybody
Because
is trying to exit scam.
exactly. Some people just they're trying to build something that people don't know how hard it is to build.
Mm.
And once you something a hurdle happen. I mean, like I said, anything can happen. It can be um, one little bad judgment that we made, and here comes a lawyer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's business.
Or anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's business. And business.
Exactly.
No business is 100% successful all the time. And
Never
but for some reason our space tends to have
think
that
like that.
view, like,
Yeah, yeah.
it
They think like it's supposed to be perfect at all
it's
times.
supposed to be perfect, and I was like, well, no, nothing's perfect. I mean, even Bitcoin has its issues. you know you know
Man, look how slow it is.
right. I mean, we
Look
had
how
to
slow it is.
right, if it was perfect we wouldn't have to do lightning and segwit, so I mean,
Exactly.
come on.
Exactly.
But I think when it comes to ICOs, and ICOs were a touchy subject, um especially 2017, before the
Hmm.
crash happened. You know that because you had a lot of people rolling out ICOs. Now,
Oh man.
in defense of the people who call them, some of them scams,
Right.
some of these people were doing some stuff they had no business trying to collect money for. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, they were just because I mean, half the time I was looking at all I saw was the website and no nothing else but a website, and
right,
here comes an address, see
right,
money, and you get this.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
said,
yeah.
wow.
No, I remember in 20. Let's say I got into crypto like June of 2016, if I recall correctly.
Okay,
And at that point, people were popping up crypto websites left and right, just
left
doing
and right. Yep.
random stuff. And I mean, and some of them were like, okay, we're going to give you, if you sign up for this, and we'll give you this many tokens. And, you
Hmm.
know, it was like, okay, so what do I do with it?
What do
It's
I
like,
do? Exactly. What do I do with these tokens?
right. Well, and then, I mean, I was always suspicious of the websites that would, um, offer you a bunch of tokens, but you had to keep them on their website. I'm like, wait a minute.
Right. Right. I can't take them off. I can't withdraw
I can't
these
move
tokens.
them. Like, I was like,
Like,
hmm.
okay, exactly. Okay.
Well, I
Where's my
mean,
money going?
right.
Hmm.
Well, and you've seen it. I mean, you've been in this
Yeah.
space a while, so you
Oh
know.
man.
I mean,
I've seen the scam since I've been in Cryptsy. Back when they had that old exchange and the exit scam that he took and MitPal and I mean the list goes on. I mean it
yeah,
was so
yeah,
many
yeah.
so many
I mean,
so many things
the
that fell apart. It's crazy.
the idea. I mean, the thing that I love about crypto, and the thing that
Mhm.
also scares me about crypto, is the fact that anybody can do it. And
Right.
it's it's great when someone makes a project that comes to fruition, and it benefits people and it does what it's supposed to do. But it's terrifying to me that we're going to have somebody come up with a scam that's so
Hmm.
bad that the US is
Hmm.
just like, no.
Yep.
you know
Yep.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
It's like,
Me
don't
too.
do that, guys.
Me too. Because I mean, because they're already denying us as it is.
Right,
You know what I mean? We're going. I mean, half the exchanges are shutting us down. They don't want U.S. people around, so they're already trying to eliminate the certain people that they can have and certain people that they don't. You know what I mean? They want.
right. and
So it's
and
like
that's
now.
that's the I think that's my greatest fear. Is it's not. I mean, a lot of people are complaining about having to pay taxes. I don't care. I pay taxes on everything else. Why not pay taxes on this too? But
Exactly.
I don't want them to make me a criminal just because I
Right.
like Bitcoin. That's
Because you
where
like
my
Bitcoin.
fear is.
Exactly.
That's
And because you want to be financially free
because
from
I want to
something
be
that
financially
you know
free.
what I mean.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of like how do you want you want to chastise us for being financially free,
Right.
but it's okay for you guys to be financially
Right.
free.
Well, and that's the thing is that, I mean, more. I love when politicians say Bitcoin is used for crime. I'm like, do you know how many
Right.
crimes have been committed with United States
With the
dollar?
dollar. Oh my God, that
That's
U.S.
what
dollar is bananas.
you know what I had. I was watching when Zuckerberg went back to Congress this last time, and
Hmm.
this guy's just listing off. Well, it could be used by terrorists. It could be used by child enslavers. I'm just
Yeah,
like, no, no, Congressman. You mean that's the United States dollar you're talking
that's the dollar.
about?
Yeah, that's actually currently doing it right now.
Right.
You remember recently with the J.P. Morgan container,
Mhm.
you know, so
Right.
so we're not the ones that's doing these
Right.
things.
It's not us that you got to be worried about.
It's not us.
you know? I mean, I'm just saying, because I,
It's not us.
you find me one story of a person
Hmm.
who used Tron to commit a crime, and I'll show you 100
That
of
use the
USD.
dollar.
I mean, come on, right? That's
You're right
just
about that.
so.
You were right about that.
It. I think what it amounts to is the fear.
Hmm.
They're afraid of the challenge that this could potentially have to their power.
Exactly.
You know
It's going to take the control away from them.
exactly.
They can't control the people with the money anymore because
Right.
now we control our
we
own
control
money
our
now.
own money, right?
You know what I
That's
mean?
really what they're afraid of, you
That's
know.
what they're afraid of.
Yeah,
They're afraid that they can't freeze our accounts anymore. They're gonna
right.
be mad at them.
Yeah, I mean,
They're
you'll
mad
be
that they
hard
can't.
pressed. Yeah, you'll be hard pressed to freeze a Monero account, you know. But I mean, the sad part about it, and I was in another interview that I did, we were talking about China saying that they were going to get into blockchain technology. Now, mind you,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't say cryptocurrency, but they did say blockchain.
Blockchain. Mm-hmm.
And the problem that I have with the way that the United States is currently acting is if China invests trillions of dollars into blockchain and we don't, guess where all the
Yes.
blockchain companies are going,
You know where it's going to? To China.
right? Because
To China.
why wouldn't I? Like it
Why would I
behooves
stay
me to go to
here?
China,
Exactly. Why would I stay here and I can't grow? And I
right?
can go to China and I can actually grow.
Right. I mean, think about it. You have a thriving market, and this is why I hate the term first world, third world,
Mm-hmm.
because you have other countries that we for a long time have considered third world that are in a few years going to be kicking our tail when it comes to technology because they're
Yeah.
like, come on in,
Oh yeah.
you know?
They're already and have to right now. They're already doing things that we're lacking as it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you think about it, um, I read a report that there's over 5 billion cell phones in the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's not over 5 billion Americans. So obviously those phones are somewhere else,
Right.
including the United States, right? So
Mm-hmm.
why would you want the business to go somewhere else when that's business
You
that you
can
can
you
have
can be
here?
holding on to that.
You can hold on to that,
Exactly.
you know. And
Right.
I don't understand the mentality, but it has to be
Especially
here.
when especially when this is a capitalist society.
Right.
And
Right.
you
We're a
know,
capitalist. That's our thing.
come on now, we live on businesses. This is the
Right.
fact that how we grow is on business.
And
So
I
why wouldn't we want to take this and build America even up greater? I mean, come on now.
exactly. And
This,
it's all
this,
about
this, this can be the make America great again.
right. You want to make America great again? Make the money, make people free. All right. Make
There you
the
go.
give us financial freedom.
Give us
We'll
some
make you
freedom.
great.
Exactly. That's
Right?
it.
That's
That's
it.
it. That's all we want. That's all we want.
Well, Adrian, thank you for taking this time to come on the show and chat with me. And we're going to have to do this again. Keep me
Definitely.
updated on Lunch Money. We're going to put the website in the description below. And we're going to link the socials too. So anybody who wants to check it out can just go and have a look for themselves. So once again, thank you
Perfect.
so much for coming on.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Jason.